Hello, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. This is Stéphane Dayras, Pre-Sales Director at Rakuten Aquafadas. I'm glad to be with you today for this new webinar of May 2019. As usual, this webinar will be recorded so that you can receive after the webinar a link to replay the webinar, as well as the slides that you will be receiving as a PDF document after this webinar. Just as a reminder as well, if you want to interact with us, you have a questions pane that you can use within the GoToWebinar control panel. And you can use this one to raise any issue, video and audio, or even more, ask questions that I will be glad to answer at the end of this webinar. So we are together for half an hour to discuss about a new subject, which is a domain that we are entering now with an evolution of our solution, because we will be speaking today of our solution dedicated to book publishers and mobile digital publishing for book publishers, which is a brand new feature and service, part of Rakuten Aquafadas software suite. And I'm glad to introduce and present it to you today. You'll be also interacting with us, if you don't mind, because we would like to ask you a few questions while we will be presenting so that we get your feedback live. This is very important for us to know where you are and where you want to go, as well as adapt our webinars to precisely the needs you have and what you would like to see. So let's get started now. I don't see any issue so far, nor any hands raised, so that means that it should be working fine. So again, what I wanted to explain you today is how we can help you to build a solution to distribute your books in a digital way and on the web and mobile channels. Just before that, a quick introduction about Rakuten and Rakuten Aquafadas, because maybe you don't know us and you probably want to know why we are in that space. So first of all, let's speak about our mother company, Rakuten, which is a giant in e-commerce, one of the top 10 companies in the world about e-commerce and internet services. You can see that this group is spread in 30 countries and regions. And more than anything else, it reached about 1.3 billion members to all the Rakuten ecosystem that we will be speaking again. We are part of the 70 plus business units of this group. So there are many other business units. So to give you an overview of these business units, you can see that this is a much more complete ecosystem that you would be maybe asking yourself. For instance, if you look at France, especially, you could find places like Rakuten France, which was named before Price Minister, which is one of the biggest marketplaces in Europe. We also have Viber, which is all about chat and instant messaging and communications, that you probably know, which is about to reach 1 billion members this year. You also have other divisions, other business units like Rakuten TV, broadcasting Hollywood, the latest Hollywood movies. But also you get Kobo, which is closer to your space, because if you're with us today, that means that you're probably or part of your activity is about book publishing. So Kobo is part of a group as well, which gives you some good references about ebooks, audiobooks, and e-readers as well. That we will be again speaking of a bit later. As you can see, the Rakuten ecosystem is not only about e-commerce and marketplaces like Ichiba in Japan, eBay in the US, which is now getting to Rakuten.us name, but it's also about fintech services, about travel services, about digital contents, as I explained. I'm not explaining you that just to show you what our company is about. This is also to make you understand that if you use our solution and services, you'll be joining that big ecosystem. And we want also to propose you a way to use this ecosystem in your own business. So this is very important that you understand the Rakuten ecosystem. Rakuten has always been about innovation and always investing about R&D applied to day-to-day business. We are still mentioned as one of the most innovative global companies in the world by Forbes itself. And at Rakuten Aquafadas, we have been for more than 12 years now one of the leaders in digital content publishing. So it's not only about book publishing that we are focusing on today, it's also about all sorts of digital publishing, like all sorts of medias, newspapers, magazines, comics in the past as well, and now about corporate communications, corporate marketing materials, corporate magazines as well, in addition to the traditional media and book publisher space. We have been expert in that domain for 13 years. We have developers really specialized in the different platforms, iOS, Android, but also web, to deliver you with the best user experience possible for your content when it gets to the hands of your consumers. Our vision is really to continue to be pioneer in that digital content publishing space. We want to disrupt the market like we did in the past with comics first, then with the press publishers, also with corporate publishing. And now we are also back to our root targets and solutions like the book publishing space we are targeting today, because we think we can really bring you innovative way to distribute your digital content in that book publishing sector with innovations that Rakuten Aquafadas and our mother company is bringing to you thanks to that Aquafadas suite software technology. We really want to permanently invent the future content experience for your users, end users, consumers, when you want to distribute your content, whatever it is, if it's internal to internal employees, if it's external to your customers and partners, you need to deliver the best user experience, as you know, without any friction, if you want to make it efficient in terms of reaching your targets, engaging your targets, and retaining your customers. So this is always what we try to put in our software deliveries. If we are here today to give you some very nice and effective solution for the book publishing domain, this is because thanks to our integration to the Rakuten Group and ecosystem, we have been tightly working for the last few years now with Rakuten Kobo first, but also Rakuten Overdrive, which are two other business units of Rakuten ecosystems. You probably know very well Rakuten Kobo, which is providing huge amounts of ebooks, audiobooks, and e-readers as well, because Rakuten Kobo is manufacturing e-readers as well, which are competing with Kindle, for instance. On the other side, you get Rakuten Overdrive, which is a solution, service and solution dedicated to public libraries, more than 1,000 of public libraries, very well established in the America continent, but also now reaching other countries in the world, and providing all the digital ebooks, audiobooks, and video renting services within these public libraries. So with us at Rakuten Aquafadas, providing you with a complete digital publishing solution, we have seen that we could integrate the capabilities and the services of these two business units in our suite to deliver you with the best software to publish your ebooks and audiobooks to your own markets. This is why we integrated some part of the technologies from Kobo and Overdrive, like this nice ebook and audiobook reader, which is now part of the Rakuten Aquafadas suite. Sorry, it seems that my Google. Okay, This is my Google Home, which interrupted me. Sorry for that. Yeah, so I was saying that we can integrate, we have been integrating now the Kobo EPUB reader within our suite, which enable now to read and consume ebooks, and very soon, within this summer, audiobooks as well. So what we want to provide you is a way to publish and deliver your ebooks and what we would say, what we would explain as digital libraries, to your new channels, which are mobile and digital. So not only mobile apps for mobile phones, but also web channels as well. And we will see samples at the end of this webinar, practical samples from our first customers of this new solution. So when you look at the different features that we provide, first of all, this platform enables you to publish a few books as well as tons of ebooks within the same platform. This is a digital factory, first of all, so you can transform, again, massive volumes of ebooks. We started with one of the biggest publishers in Spain, which is Grupo Planeta, with more than 15,000 books with the first launch of this solution. And we are now targeting new book publishers, which are raising up to 50,000 books, for instance. The platform we provide to you, if you don't know Rakuten Aquafadas before, is aimed at your own marketing and subject matter experts, which means you don't need to be a developer to provide such a mobile solution to disseminate your ebooks and audiobooks. You don't need to be a mobile developer. You don't need to be at IT as well. You don't need to be technical at all. And we provide you with this platform that you will be accessing, which is a SaaS platform. You'll be accessing it through a web aspect, a web front end that I'm not going to show today, because this is about how do you ingest the content and then transform and publish it to the apps and the web apps as well. But you have to know that we provide a full automation workflow if you want to, again, publish whatever volumes of ebooks through our suite. So we have automation to transform your EPUB files as well as the metadata which comes with it. So for instance, we also ingest Onyx metadata files. You can also publish not only ebooks with our solution, because we have been providing digital publishing solution for a while to many other materials and content. So you can also transform and publish your legacy PDF and also your XML content if you have any structured content or smart content that you want to publish, and all in the same app, which is one of the main innovation that we provide compared to many other competitors. We provide you as well with analytics so that you can measure, track your consumers' usage of your ebooks consumption, so that you can also adapt the best to your targets. And we do all of that in a very secured and confidential environment. Another innovation apart the technology, the platform that we bring to you for such an ebook publishing solution, is that you can not only address your mass markets or internal markets, so B2E or B2C targets, but you can also address now B2B market opportunities, because we have been seeing that with our early adopters of that solution. Grupo Planeta, for instance, you'll be seeing a very practical example again at the end of this webinar. And what you see are a few examples of verticals you could address with the same catalog of books. So imagine that you have, let's say, an app to publish all your ebooks catalog or ebooks and audiobooks catalog to your mass market. But you want also to personalize and create another app for a specific vertical, like, for instance, hospitals or transportations or public sectors or education or corporate sectors, because you can dedicate part of your books catalog to publish within another segment, another B2B segment like this one, And this way you can monetize your content even more because these sectors will be then disseminating your content as well to their, for instance, internal employees like in hospitals or airports or whatever. So this is really a new domain, a new era that you can reach with the same solution, because you just need to ingest all the books, and then thanks to our back office tools, you'll be able to set exactly the targets you want to publish with these ebooks. So, sorry, thank you, Sabrina. I forgot to ask you a few questions in between. So you can see a quick poll which raised on the screen. So we just want you to answer this question now. If you could, that will help us to understand your knowledge about the digital publishing, digital book publishing, if you have any, or if you know very well that space. So I leave you a few seconds to answer. And as soon as we have, and yeah, we have already the results. So thank you for your participation. You're very fast. Thank you, Sabrina, as well for your help in raising the question that I forgot. So for those of you, you have an average level of understanding of digital book publishing. Thank you, Sabrina. You can see the results as well as me now. And you 33, so a third of you have a very good understanding of digital book publishing solutions, which is quite good, because that means you probably have very accurate questions at the end of the webinar. So thank you for your participation again, and you get another question in a few slides. So what we propose to you is a combination or only one of these business models. First of all, you could create a public app that you could publish on the stores, so Apple Store, Android Store, and whatever, to disseminate again your book publishing content. You can then also add in-app purchase, in-app subscription, or outside of the app subscription ways if you want. In addition, I mean, to in-app purchase and in-app subscription. So this is, let's say, a standard ebook catalog public app in that case. And then you can create, based on this public app with, let's say, the complete catalog, you could create a bespoke app which would be dedicated to a B2B target in that case, like an hospital, but you can see the sample on this screenshot. And in that case, you can select just one part of your book catalog to monetize it to this B2B target, which will be then in charge of disseminating this catalog part to their own consumers or customers within their hospital, for instance, in that case. And with the same, this way, with the same book catalog database, you can publish a public app, a B2B apps, or several B2B apps, because it's not only one. You could increase the number of apps depending on the number of targets you set regarding B2B. Again, these apps could be public apps that you publish on Apple and Google Store, or could be also in-house apps. Imagine that you create an app for your employees. In that case, maybe you don't want to see it on the public stores, and you could just deploy it for your internal enterprise servers, which is what we call in that case an in-house app. Again, our technology and solution will enable you to publish all these different ways the way you want. And we can also integrate, in case of B2B targets, with the users directories of your B2B targets, thanks to a few APIs that we inserted in our solution as well to manage the user authentication with other external user databases. And all of that is naturally very easy to set up and update. So how does it work before we switch to a demo and a live example? Thanks to our tools, you will have, first of all, to ingest all your EPUBs, because usually that's about EPUB format. Probably one of the questions you will ask me is about the formats that we support. So we support EPUB 2 and 3 formats. fixed layout as well as reflow layouts. So this is about the format. So then we ingest, or you ingest, all your ebooks through our digital factory, which is Aquafadas suite. And thanks to that, we can transform all these EPUBs into an internal file format, which is an open book format in our case, so that the reader will be able to consume and expose you the best user experience when the reader will want to read and consume your ebook or audiobook. So this is where we integrated the Kobo reader in our suite so that you can get the same user experience for your users with our solution. But again, the purpose of that solution is that you can build yourself this solution, these apps, and then you can select yourself the titles you want to publish to which audience and which targets. In the middle, you can see that the app itself is composed of what we call widgets, a stack of widgets. And these widgets or banners can be of different sorts. So that's where you will be disseminating your content into grids, lists, but also spotlight view. We'll see that in the demo. You could also categorize your content. You could add videos and audios. You could also create carousels, which are a way to circulate between different communications. You could have web views to point to another website or your website, or HTML5 animations, and more to come. And finally, with the last part of our cloud tools, you'll be able to manage your library, your digital library, and how you want to disseminate it to your B2C or B2B or B2B2C targets, or B2E targets, which are business to employees targets. So all of that in one solution, which you can see now. I'm not going to describe now the full stack because we don't have much time, and I already performed some webinars about this. So you can look at our YouTube channel, Rakuten Aquafadas, if you want to see more. You just have to understand that we provide you with a complete set of tools to create, ingest the content, then transform and publish it, finally manage it, and at the end, deliver it to mobile native apps, also hybrid apps, and finally, web apps, and in the future, progressive web apps as well. So the different distribution models I already introduced are about, again, classic, let's say, public app with B2C apps. If you want to monetize your ebooks catalog to the mass market and consumers, but you can, from the same catalog, again, you understood that, disseminate to B2B targets. You can also, for that purpose, you can have a full personalized storefront of the app that you can see on this screenshot. So you could have a very dedicated one for each of your B2B targets. And even for some specific customers, you could have a dedicated storefront. You can have also a personalized digital library for these targets, so that you can target, again, different audiences with the same catalog of books. And within our apps, you understand that you can not only publish ebooks, but also in the very near future, audiobooks, because it will be the same based reader. We already help to publish newspapers, magazines, marketing materials, but all in the same app. You can also add advertisements. You can build in and outside app purchase and subscription mechanisms, which is critical for your business models, and we can help you with that. And you can promote promotional content with what we call vouchers or coupons. And last but not the least, you can augment all of this content with the Rakuten ecosystem content and services, because we can provide a lot of additional and differentiator services on top of all of this content. Again, we don't have much time to describe all of this. I want to switch now to the demo, and before the demo, thank you again, Sabrine. We wanted to ask you what would be the most important innovations and features that would make a difference for you regarding digital book publishing. So you have a few seconds to answer. In the meantime, I will show you on my screen the different demo apps that I have. So let me mirror my iPhone while you're answering. So it works, perfect. And we will look now at the results before we switch to the demo. So if you can show the result, perfect. Thank you, Sabrine. So we can see that one of the top feature or innovation you're looking for is about augmented realities. And what is not surprising, an enhanced customer experience. You found it well because today most of the strategic directions are about getting the best user experience with the less friction as possible. The second equal would be enhanced analytics and blockchain. In the blockchain aspect that we are also starting to integrate, we will speak more about that in another webinar. I don't want to release it now, but we are also integrating nice blockchain technology that we'll be introducing later. Thank you, Sabrine. I'm gonna now switch to my iPhone for the 5 last minutes so that you can see this case study about Grupo Planeta, which is, as you probably know, the biggest Spanish publisher in the world. So we created apps, web apps and mobile apps for this customer, which has been distributing it both for their employees as a public employee app, but also for their first B2B targets with some banks, as you will see on my iPhone. So before we switch to this one, I want to come back there, switch to my iPhone now, and you will see the different apps that we created together with this customer. So very first app is about the employee dedicated app, which is exposing the full catalog of Grupo, not the full, but a big part of the Grupo Planeta book catalog, which is about 15,000 books, which have been published. For your information. They have been ingested and transformed in less than a day with our digital factory. And then the customer is now able to build and design this storefront that we call Stitch. Is able now to manage that Stitch view anytime thanks to our cloud SaaS solution. So what you see there are carousel displaying different books. That could be also list views or grid views. Then you can have a carousel for promotions like this. You can have spotlight views like this one, focusing on one book. And remember that you can manage that yourself. So that means you can really manage the promotional events and books and whatever, any day, anytime by yourself. And you can have advertising for sure. Once you select a book like this one, you can then consume, read it. In that case, this is for employees. So that means that you just need to be authenticated to the app, and then you get access to the full catalog during the time you're authenticated. Some other publishers are selecting global license, which is a sort of Netflix license. So you get access to all the books during your subscription period, but for that you need to authenticate first, and we provide mechanism for that. And in other cases, you can simply use the in-app purchase and in-app subscription from the different apps available on the market. So now what you see is the reader by itself. So we are reading, if you have never seen the Kobo and other Overdrive readers, this is a very nice reader for ebooks. You get that timeline at the bottom, which is really getting you to the specific part of the book. So I can switch to page number 409, for instance. You can get access also through the web menu to a search facility, which is a plain text search. Sorry, we lost the mirroring, so let me switch it again. Okay. So if I come back to the app now, okay. So that was the app, yeah. So I can continue to type my name now, say okay, and I should say search. And now it's searching for the whole book, so you get access to a precise place of the book with the highlight of the word you search. This is one example. You can use bookmarks also, like the one I just said. You can also navigate through the different chapters. Let me check and go, for instance, to Las Pizzas, this one. I could be also looking at the history of my reading, like when I went to different pages and when and how much time. You can also configure the reader settings, like many other readers in that space, changing the fonts, the background colors. You also have tips and secrets to help you to get the best of this reader. And when you come back to the reader, if you tap on it, you get rid of the controls. If you move to landscape, you can have multiple columns, which is quite convenient when you're on a tablet. So this is nice to have. And more than anything else, we provide with offline reading for sure when you don't get access to internet. So it's downloaded to your device, which is critical for a book because you usually read a book while you're traveling. And also, a very important feature is about the synchronization. So you see the loop just above the timeline at the right side. So if I click on it, you can see that I'm on page 153. It starts by Aquafadas. I'm sorry, I'm not speaking Spanish, so forgive me for my very bad Spanish accent. So what I did with this loop, this circle, is to say, now I want to synchronize so that it's memorized, and when I will log into another device, it will get me exactly to that position. So let me switch to my iPad now and do exactly the same. So I'm mirroring my iPad now, getting to exactly the same app. Oops. So this app was here. So let me get to this app. The book I was reading is this one. So by the way, we have a banner also, which we call the last read banner, that you can see immediately all the books you read the last time. And if I click on here, which is read that book, and if I click in the middle and synchronize, it should get me to exactly the place I was. You can see in the bottom left the Aquafadas term. So I'm really in the good place. So, and this synchronization will work across devices for sure. So this is one of the features. Another feature I wanted to show you is also the capability from the same ebook catalog to provide a B2B app. So that's what Grupo Planeta did with one of their customers that you can see here. And you can see that this customer wanted to offer only 2 books to their own employees. So in that case, it's a subset of the Grupo Planeta books catalog, which is available for this B2B customer, which is making only 2 books available to their own employees. So using again the same catalog, but you can see that the app is different codes, different branding, different colors. So you can personalize it. Even the storefront, which you see at the top, is different. You can see it's much simpler in the case of that B2B customer. But again, this is using the same catalog of books. And last but not the least, I will switch off before we finish that webinar. Last but not the least, you can have also access to the same books of catalog of books, sorry, through the website, because we provide you also with the capability to publish it to your website. So let me go to the same, what we call web kiosk now. So logging with the same authentication username that I use on my different devices. And you can see now that we have a full size, because I'm running the website on a desktop or laptop. So you can see the banners are much larger now. You can see the same storefront, but adapted to a desktop computer within my website. And if I go again to my book, the book I've been reading here, I should be able to read it, but maybe I didn't use the right login name, so it says that the access is restricted. Just to tell you that we also manage restricted access so that you can get access or not to some specific content. So based on all of that, you have seen the different capabilities you have now to publish your ebooks catalog to mobile apps for your own consumers, but also sell it and monetize your content to your B2B targets that will be disseminating part or all of your content to their own targets. And last but not the least, this is really the last slide. You can see that we are providing a lot of technologies around this application. For sure, the different analytics that we integrate, like Google Analytics, Piwik, which is Matomo now, Google Analytics, which is transforming to Firebase, and Localytics as well. You can also connect to an e-learning LMS platform if you want. We provide APIs so that we can interface with your own users, directories, and database as well. And all of that is in a secured environment, in a cloud-based infrastructure, but we provide confidentiality, security, authentication to your content for a worldwide distribution, because we also provide a very fast, efficient download rates, whatever part of the world you are in, because we are using what we call Content Digital Network, CDN, facilities to distribute your content everywhere in the world at a very fast pace. And you can use your ebooks catalog on all devices, online, offline. So this is what we wanted to show you today. Sorry for being 5 minutes late. I hope it was interesting for you. And let me get now to your questions if you have any questions. So let me go to the questions pane. So I have one question, which is, can you give us information about OpenBook and Aquafadas integration? Yes, so I presume that you know a bit about our technology. So I'll be glad to answer that question outside of this webinar. This is more a technical question than anything else. But we purely integrated the Overdrive reader, which is called Open Reader in Rakuten ecosystem within our Rakuten Aquafadas suite, so that we can transform EPUBs into this open book format. And this is now part of the cloud offering solution, which is in Aquafadas solution, because you probably know us from what I see. So is there any other question? I don't see anything else so far, so I presume that it was clear enough. So I want to thank you again for attending this webinar. Again, you'll be receiving the webinar replay link as well as the slides a bit later. Thank you again for attending, and we wish you a very good end of day. Bye-bye.